Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we're looking at luxury real estate in Phuket, specifically Cape Yamu.
Yeah, sounds luxurious already.
Right. We've got this amazing piece from Ocean Worldwide. It's a luxury real estate agency,
Ah, okay.
and they've been in Phuket since 2004.
Wow, so they must know the area really well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus their director, Sandra O'Neill,
Hmm.
she's helped thousands of families and investors, over the years.
So we're getting the inside scoop then.
This is like insider info for sure. And you know what's really interesting? Ocean Worldwide really focuses on that luxury market in Phuket and Koh Samui.
Oh, perfect for us then.
Yeah, so we're getting like the real deal on Cape Yamu.
So what makes Cape Yamu so special?
Well, they describe it as a hidden gem,
Oh, a hidden gem.
a secluded paradise.
Interesting.
Yeah, they talk about it as this place where you have this like lush greenery meeting the Andaman Sea.
Oh, wow, I can picture it.
Right.
Yeah.
So peaceful, so serene.
But it's not just about the beauty. There's something else.
Well, they emphasize privacy and exclusivity.
So it's catering to a certain type of clientele.
I think so, yeah.
No.
People looking for a peaceful and luxurious escape.
Away from the crowds.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we've got the beauty, the privacy.
Right.
What about the actual places to stay?
Well, the villas.
Yeah, the villas.
They sound incredible. We're talking pitched cedarwood roofs, expansive private sun terraces,
Oh, wow.
like high ceilings.
Okay.
You could have a party with a hot air balloon in there.
Wow, that's high.
Private pools, of course.
Of course.
And even in-villa spa treatments.
Oh, come on.
It's like living the dream.
That's not just a home, that's a lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what else?
You know what?
The article says Cape Yamu is becoming a hot spot for investors.
Really? Why is that?
Well, they're drawn to the exclusivity, the potential for growth, and of course that breathtaking beauty.
I mean, it makes sense. It's not just a home. It's like,
It's an investment.
yeah, a piece of paradise.
Exactly. But it's not just about staying in your luxury villa all day.
Right.
They talk about kayaking, hiking,
Okay.
exploring Funga Bay,
Wow.
visiting local markets.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, and high-end dining too. So there's really something for everyone.
So it really is a whole lifestyle package they're offering.
Yeah, it's not just isolation. It's like curated experiences, but in this super luxurious setting.
Wow, it sounds amazing.
Right. So what stands out to you most about Cape Yamu so far? What's got you thinking?
I think I'm really intrigued by this idea of blending luxury living with the natural beauty. Like it's not just about opulence for its own sake.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like they've really thought about how to make the architecture complement the environment.
Yeah, and how about we dive into that a little deeper in the next part of our deep dive?
Let's do it. I'm ready to explore more of Cape Yamu.
It's really interesting how they talk about the architecture, like you said, blending in with the surroundings.
Yeah, they don't want to just like plop these massive villas down
Yeah.
and ignore the natural beauty.
Exactly.
It's like they're trying to make them part of the landscape.
So how do they do that?
Oh, they mentioned those pitched cedarwood roofs,
Uh-huh.
and I was thinking about it, and it's like they kind of echo the shapes of the trees around them.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's subtle, but it works.
And it's not just the roofs, right? They talk a lot about outdoor living, too.
Oh, yeah, like those huge private sun terraces they have.
Yeah, imagine just stepping out from your living room onto this like massive terrace surrounded by all this lush greenery.
I know, it's like the inside and outside just flow together.
Seamlessly.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are the infinity pools.
Oh, don't even get me started on those.
The article says they like merge with the horizon of the Andaman Sea.
It's like your own private ocean.
Right. You can't even tell where the pool ends and the sea begins.
That's the dream right there.
Talk about attention to detail.
Mm.
They've really thought about how to create this immersive experience.
It's not just about luxury. It's about feeling connected to your surroundings.
Exactly. And speaking of immersive experiences, they mention all these activities you can do outside the villa.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, kayaking, of course.
Obviously.
Hiking, exploring Funga Bay.
Sounds adventurous.
Yeah, they even mentioned these vibrant local markets and a really cool food scene.
Now you're talking. So you could hike through a forest in the morning, grab some amazing food at the market,
Yeah.
and then come back to your villa and have like a gourmet dinner prepared by a private chef.
I mean, come on, is that not the life?
Talk about the best of both worlds.
Right. But let's switch gears for a second and talk about the investment side of things.
Okay, good point.
The article really pushes Cape Yamu as a place for investors.
Well, does it make sense as an investment?
I think so, yeah. You've got the exclusivity, the stunning natural beauty, and this growing demand for luxury properties.
Yeah, I can see why investors would be interested.
It's not just about buying a second home, it's like an investment in a whole lifestyle.
And a piece of paradise.
Exactly. Plus, the article specifically mentions this growing demand from both local and international buyers.
Interesting.
Which makes sense, right? It's a limited supply in a super desirable location, so property values are probably going to keep going up.
I would think so, yeah.
So for someone looking for like a slice of paradise with a good return on investment, Cape Yamu seems like a pretty solid bet.
It does, but, always do your research right.
Of course, due diligence is key.
Yeah, talk to different agents, compare prices, look into the legal stuff.
All good points. But I want to go back to something we were talking about earlier.
What's that?
This whole idea of luxury blending with nature. It seems like a really big theme with Cape Yamu.
Yeah, they've really nailed that, haven't they?
They mention using sustainable materials in a lot of the villas and incorporating energy-efficient technologies.
So it's not just about being luxurious, it's about being responsible, too.
Right. It's like they're trying to minimize their impact on the environment.
Which is something a lot of buyers are looking for these days.
Totally. So it's not just a luxury escape. It's also a community that cares about preserving the natural beauty.
That's pretty powerful.
I know. But let's be real for a second. Is it really all perfect in Cape Yamu?
That's the question, isn't
Are
it?
there any downsides we should be aware of?
Well, like you said earlier, our main source here is a real estate agency.
Right.
They're going to focus on the positive.
It's their job to sell us on this place.
Exactly. So maybe in the next part, we can explore some of those potential downsides.
Yeah, got a bit more of a balanced perspective.
I think that's a great idea.
So we've talked about all the amazing things Cape Yamu has to offer. But like we said before, we need to look at the other side of the coin too.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in those picture-perfect images.
Exactly. So let's get real. What are some of the potential downsides of living in Cape Yamu?
Well, for starters, it is super secluded.
Yeah, that's what they keep emphasizing, right?
Right.
Privacy, exclusivity.
Exactly. But that can also be a double-edged sword.
Right, like what if you need something urgently?
Yeah, is there a grocery store nearby? A pharmacy? Or are you hopping on a boat every time you need to run an errand?
And honestly, as much as I love peace and quiet, could it get a little too quiet? Like, could that exclusivity turn into isolation after a while?
It's a valid question for sure. And then there's the financial side of things.
Yeah, we talked about the investment potential.
Right. But there could be hidden costs too.
Like what?
Well, property taxes for one. And maintenance fees for these luxury villas can't be cheap.
True. And what about the overall cost of living in such an exclusive area?
Yeah, things like groceries and dining out are probably going to be more expensive than in other parts of Phuket.
It's something to consider for sure. And from an investment standpoint, we need to be realistic too.
Yeah, those glossy brochures only tell one side of the story.
Exactly. Like, are property values really going up as much as they claim?
And what about future development?
Yeah, are there any plans that could impact the value of our investment down the line?
Those are all important things to research.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like you said before, don't just rely on one source of information.
Right. Talk to other real estate agents, compare prices, do your homework.
Because this is a big decision. We're not just talking about buying a property.
It's about investing in a whole lifestyle.
Exactly. So we need to make sure it's the right fit for us, practically and financially.
Couldn't agree more. Cape Yamu might be a hidden gem, but it's up to each individual to decide if it truly shines for them.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Cape Yamu, what's the biggest takeaway for you?
I think it's about approaching it with both excitement and a healthy dose of skepticism.
I like that. Don't be afraid to ask those tough questions.
Exactly. Do your research, get all the facts, and then make an informed decision.
It's like dating. You wouldn't marry someone after just one date, right?
Definitely not.
Well, buying real estate is a pretty big commitment, too.
Absolutely. And just like in any relationship, it's about finding the right fit.
The one that aligns with your values, your needs, and your dreams.
Exactly.
So there you have it. Our deep dive into the world of Cape Yamu. We've explored the luxury, the beauty, the investment potential, and even some of the potential downsides.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have. But remember, this is just the starting point.
Right. Keep researching, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep dreaming.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself sipping a cocktail by your own private infinity pool overlooking the Andaman Sea.
That's the dream.
Until next time, happy diving, everyone.